What is Viz Curious World Maps?
Curious World Maps, okay. As you know, Viz acquired Curious Software a couple of years ago. Now, Curious Software creates probably the world's best mapping system. It's a vector-based system, and the data comes from a company called Bartholomew Mapping, which is a division of HarperCollins Publishers. That's probably the best quality map data that's available today in the market. Now, we're taking this data into our compositing animation system and allowing our users, such as the BBC, CNN, all the various, probably most of the world's broadcasters are using it, in fact. We're allowing them to make beautiful maps in their own style. Now, that's the key thing. I'll start off with Curious World Maps, and we can pan and zoom anywhere in the world. So, where would you like to go?
I would like to go to Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, haha, so there we go, we can zoom in roughly in the right area. We have the browse tool here. It tells us exactly where we are. So here we have the Netherlands, we have Germany, UK, so on and so forth. So I can now say, fit the map to the Netherlands and also add it to the map. Okay? Now, down here we have our Explorer. So now I can say, find the Netherlands. Now this is our interface to the Bartholomew data. And I can say, show me the capital. I can add Amsterdam to the map. I can say, show me the large cities and overlay them on the screen. So let's add a couple of these, like so. I can show mountains, tourist attractions. I can also say, show me all the towns. So there's a lot of data there, as you can see. Now, for the animation, I simply go to my last frame, and we can then zoom in on the Amsterdam area, and you can render this out as a zoom. Now, one of the big advantages of the Curious World Map system is that it's vector-based, and we can pass these vectors through different style guides. This allows our users to create their own, project their own station brand onto the map. So let's say you do a plain style, again using your own fonts and markers, a documentary style, or more of a newsy style like this. Okay? That's also turned on the water features as well. And now we can simply move our labels, and they always point in the right direction, so that's quite nice as well. And we have lots of other tools such as lighting, so let's turn on a large diffuse light, and this just darkens down the corners and basically brings the viewer's attention to the central part of the map, like so. We have built-in road data for the entire planet, so I'll turn that on now, like so. So what you see there is the finished example, so I'd now have to render this out. Okay? Now it's truly world maps, okay? So what I can do now is simply switch to somewhere else. For example, Japan. And again, show me all the towns, or just limit the town search to be the large ones, or the towns with more than 1 million people living there. Or maybe in this case, I'll probably just say, show me the capital, and add that to the map. Like so. And again, we can zoom in. Here you can see the beautiful ocean depth information. That's bathymetry data from Bartholomew. And the height information, the relief comes from the USGS. So all of our map data is the best available today, really. Okay, so this is just part of it. A map is not much by itself. With this map, we want to get our users and help our users to tell a story. So we have lots of features that enable this. For example, we have our layer stack over here on the right. Because Curious World Maps is a full animation compositing system. So I've got my little aircraft. This is based on a true story from a couple of years back, where the plane was supposed to land at Athens airport, but it overshot and it crash landed over there, unfortunately. What we can do is select our image elements, and I can see the entire path and go into that layer stack, adjust it, and it automatically rotates with the path, which is quite a nice little feature. Okay. As well as this, we can also, as it's vector based, we can trace any element. We can trace borders, coastline, roads. So here, for example, I've traced a couple of routes, like so. A few years back, we had a lovely example of the Tour de France, where the camera just follows the route and also the little road reveal, as it were, like that. Okay. Another nice feature, which we added about a year ago, something like that, is our locator maps, which is also now in the Viz World application. And again, this is just to help our users tell a story. So let's say the customer is in the US and they have a news story outside of their home market, this just helps them understand exactly where it's taking place in the world, whether it's the US or for a company in England or anywhere else. The nice thing about it is, if I pan the map, watch the locator here in the corner, it just moves with me automatically. So that's our locator feature, which is really useful, proving very popular. So everything you've seen so far is included in the base package. Now I'm going to show you some of the optional data that we have, such as street packs and satellite imagery. So there's two types of maps we can have. We can have this kind of approach, which is stylistic, where it's just colour based, or you can turn on imagery and switch it from stylistic to realistic. Okay? So let's zoom into Central Station area. We can go to our little site over here. I can browse the road names as well, which is really useful. Just label a couple of roads, like so. And then we can bring on some image elements. Before we had an aircraft, but it can be a car or whatever. It's just another image element in our stack on a map. And again, all this stuff is helping you tell a story. It's the main thing. So again, let's switch it from stylistic to realistic. So now I'm going to bring on a beautiful satellite image, like so. Okay? Now it's fully integrated. So even now, I can hover over this and still label the roads. Okay? Lovely.
Yeah. And can I get street data from like any major city in the world?
Yeah, we have this kind of data you're seeing here. Hang on a second, let's turn the image off for a sec. This level we have for the whole of Europe, we have it for the whole of the US, we have Australia and various other sort of countries around the world. We have a big book that lists them basically. Not every single city, but I'd say the majority we do have. Okay. So let's go to where we are at the moment. Not a trade show demo at all, just happen to have the Rye. And oh look, what's this? Let's turn this one on. What's this? Oh look, there you go, IBC 2007. Funny that, just happened to be there. Right then, so that's beautiful, okay. The next one we have is our Natural Earth option. Okay, so let's bring this on. So here it comes. Now this is the entire planet at 1 kilometre resolution, where 1 pixel equals 1 kilometre. Okay. Again, as it's vector based, we can do some beautiful things with this. Let's zoom in. Pick another country. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Norway.
Norway. Okay. So first thing I do. We don't have to use the UI. The beautiful thing about this system is I can do most of it interactively. I just pan the map down, I use my browse tool and go, oh, what's that? Oh, there it is, Norway. Fit map to Norway and also add it to the map. And it's as quick as that, okay? Again, as it's a vector-based system, I can mix in colour with my satellite imagery, which you're seeing here, slightly sort of 50% red. I can also say, with a flick of the style sheet, darken everything down apart from Norway and maybe lift Norway out of the map, okay? So it gives you so much control. I mean, there are other mapping systems out there such as like Google Earth and more image-based systems, but all that does is allows you to present an image basically. Here, imagery is just a small part of it. We give our users the ability to fully control every last element, from the animation side of it for your zooming control to changing, you know, the font of Norway. So here I can say Norway, choose, you know, another font, change the size, change the strap background. Every little detail I can change. Even though now using satellite imagery, I can go into my sea and turn on maybe some lat long lines and fully customize every last little bit. So customers can use the realistic satellite approach, but also have a hint of their branding. Because otherwise, I mean, when we first made Curious World Maps, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago, everyone wants to know if they could have their font, their markers, and basically have their look on the map. And of course, with this, you can do that.